Welcome to Talkin 215, your go-to podcast for everything you need to know about Philly sports. Whether you bleed green, trust the process, fly with the Flyers, or fight with the Fightins, this is the place where we break down Broad Street. Jake, Sean, and Joey deep dive into the heart of Philly sports culture, breaking down games, roster moves, and sharing the stories that make the 215 truly legendary. So grab a cheesesteak, settle in, and let's get to Talkin 215. Now here's your host, Jake Biasado.
We are joined by Dr. Joseph Mesa from our friends at Delaware Orthopedic Specialists. Doc, from a strictly medical standpoint, should the Eagles rest Saquon Barkley week 18?
From a medical standpoint, I think any rest is good rest. I think the problem with the Eagles now is they had such an early bye. He really hasn't had any time off, and he's been carrying the load. He had 31 carries against the Cowboys. So, in my opinion, I don't think there's anything medically wrong with Saquon, but rest always helps. And if you get basically a bye week before the playoffs, it will do a world of good, not only to him, but to the linemen, to everybody they can rest. I think they should. I want the record as much as anybody, but I think you got to look at the bigger picture, which I think that's what they're doing.
Doc, Jalen Hurts still in the concussion protocol. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on him possibly playing week 18? Would it be good to have him not play for 3 straight weeks? What are we thinking heading into the playoffs?
Well, I think, from my understanding, he is probably still in the protocol because he has not practiced. And to totally clear, I think you have to practice before you can play. I also think that he should rest. I mean, there's no reason putting him at risk coming so soon off a concussion. I think another week will help him tremendously. I think the benefit of him resting far outweighs any benefit of him playing a series or 2 series on Sunday. So my advice would be rest him, let him get healthy, play him in the playoffs.
Any concern of rust or just getting back up to game speed?
No, I don't think so. I think this year we have had slow starts regardless of who's at quarterback. So I anticipate probably a slow first quarter, but I don't think it will be necessarily because of Jalen's health.
Doc, Nakobe Dean is a player that throughout his short career has been injured a fair amount. He missed last week with an abdominal injury. What can you tell us about the limited information that they're giving us and his availability heading into week 18 and hopefully throughout the playoff run?
Yeah, it's pretty vague diagnosis, but typically when you see something like an abdominal injury, it's usually a muscular strain, and it's usually an oblique strain, which for his position can be aggravating. He was walking around pretty comfortably on the sidelines. I think it was more of a precaution than anything else. And, we have the luxury of resting him this week too, which I honestly think we should, and have him ready for the playoffs. I think come playoff time, giving him 2.5 weeks of rest should be enough to get him to perform.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, Sixers are playing great. No real injuries that we haven't already talked about. Flyers are hot and no real injuries that we haven't already talked about.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, maybe they should just play out west.
Seriously. I'm glad they have Sam Urson playing again. I mean, he was a guy that I always thought was the best goalie on our team.
Yeah, he got pulled last night in like the second period. I don't know what the distance is. I just saw it on the little clip. I mean, they won 4-0.
I was watching the game and I didn't even see that.
It was after the second period. Like, he didn't play in the third period. And that could have been, I didn't even see the score. I don't know if they had a huge lead at that time or something, but they pulled him, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was an injury or what.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, because they were up. I mean, I could imagine if it was the other way around, they pulled them because they were down 4-0, but they won. So I don't know what it was about.
As of 5 minutes ago, no update on Sam Urson, but he's not skating today, and Torts says he is unlikely to play tomorrow.
Yeah, so
there's something.
Happened. Yeah, I don't know what. And they didn't say. They just said they pulled him.
Tortorella says, what the injury is, I'm not sure. The way it's gone for Sam, it's a concern with the way it's gone for Sam. It's not just getting healthy, it's mental.
Well, but he had a good game. I mean, for what he played.
Yeah. So it sounds like he has an injury, but he also has a mental thing. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Torts is the mental problem. He likes to screw with these players. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Well, hopefully he knows what he's doing.